Hello, my name is 𝙈𝗿𝙁. I'm with 𝗘𝐾𝗿𝑒𝗶 Productions, and we are demoing the Freehoist battery-powered wireless 1-ton motor. The beautiful thing about this Mode Freehoist is that it does not require three-phase power. You know, in the States, a lot of our big rigs that we have to have three-phase power, which takes up a lot of time when it's time to do a big show. But with this, a 1-ton motor, that you do not have to worry about power anymore. Also, you don't have to use a controller, which runs lines as well. What you're able to do is run everything off your iPad or your iPhone. You can run up to 100 motors through the app, and it's very, very easy to do. The beautiful part also is that you can sync all the motors at one time to move at one time, or you can choose individually the motors, which ones you want to use. So in other words, if you're doing a downstage truss and upstage truss, you're doing 4 motors on each side, you can select truss motor 1, 2, 3, and 4 on your downstage, 4, 5, 6 on your upstage, and you can move them all at once, or you can actually move one set at one time, or if you're at, in some cases, when your trussing's a little off, you need to adjust, you can select only the motor that you need to adjust, which is a great quality to have. Another thing about this that's really good and easy is that the battery is located right here on the side. It's very easy to take out. You unscrew it, your battery's right there, you pop one in, and then you're able to do it. The case that it comes in is very nice too. The case comes very equipped. It sits inside the case. You have an area for a spare battery, you have an area for your charger as well. It's a very compact, nice case. And you can double stack it or even triple stack it in your truck, saves you space as well. Another good feature is that these motors weigh, I think, about 40 pounds less than the 1-ton motors or the CMs that you have today. 40 pounds. So if you imagine that, you time 8 of those, look how much weight you're saving as far as the weight capacity. And also, you're saving on your lifts, you're saving on your truck weight, so you're not overweight when you're driving your trucks. What I want to do now is show you how easy and how smooth this motor works. It's very quiet. You can barely hear it. So what you must do, you got to download the app. This is the Freehoist app. You select Freehoist. Then you're going to select the motor. This is motor 10 that we have, which I have selected here. It's motor 10. When I hit the button, it's going to be on time up. When I take my finger off, it stops. When I hit it down, it comes down. Very smooth, very quiet. You can also do this with your phone. So in other words, you can download the app to your phone and then you can control the motor the same way, up and down. You can also, the biggest problem also that when I first got this motor, I had the biggest problem was how can you set this to make sure that no one else that can access your wireless router and mess with your motors, because that would be a problem if somebody else had the same motors 2 buildings down from you and they're controlling your motors. But what you can do, you can go inside and change the passcode for the motors and your router, so then the motors will only look for your router. So that means no one could actually interfere with your rig while it's in the air or coming down. You have total control over your unit. Come close, please. You can look at how it's built, how the chain goes in and out. Pay very close attention to how smoothly it moves. It will not get locked up, and this is a major, major, major difference in motors today. It's a very smooth, gradual, quiet. I can't describe it anymore. It's just, if you ain't got one of these, you got to get them. It's the best thing. Another great thing about these motors, they have limitation button sensors on it. Right here is a sensor. In other words, when the stopper, there's a stopper here that's located here. When the stopper hits this, it automatically stops the motor. So in other words, if it's going up and the sensor up top, if I were to punch my hand on the button, when the sensor, it stops it automatically, so it won't go no further. The same thing when it's coming down. Another great quality is 100% waterproof. It can be outside in rain and it will still work. You don't have to worry about electrical power either, because who wants to run electrical power outside during a storm and have to get something down? Or better yet, high winds and you need to get it down and you can't get power, you got a problem. But with this, you got high winds, you got to get it down, doesn't matter. You can bring it down even without power and save your gear. All right, I'm about to show you how the Freehoist can lift. We're using a 𝙈𝙁 rig, and we have about 4 line arrays just in the cart, just to show you how it lifts. This is a 1-ton motor. We're nowhere near it. Each box is about 80 pounds, 4 boxes on here. Plus the flyware, it's not that heavy. So, and also, if I want you to pay attention also, it has the bag is directly behind it, which is carrying the chain, catching the chain that's coming up, coming out of the motor. It's really smooth. Select your motor, hit up, and watch it go. It moves up very easily, very smoothly, very quietly. If you notice the stopper, where the stopper is located, once it hits the stopper, it's going to cut itself off. It's not going to allow me to go no higher. That's it. That little button on the top, that's what stops it. Protects you from going up to the top. Now that is adjustable as well. You can adjust the height, so you're able to move where you need to do it, as far as how much you need to go up on. Coming down the same way, very smoothly. Coming down is slower than going up, and that is definitely for safety measures. It's easier also if you're flying 16 boxes, 8 boxes, 24 boxes, you're able to bring it down more controlled and be able to put your stuff back on the cart, compared to the other motors that's much faster. You got to watch how you bring it down. It comes down real nice and smooth and slow. You can barely hear the motor. Okay, this is how you connect your Freehoist to your Wi-Fi. First thing you must do is go to your settings, select your Wi-Fi, which is our router here, EQ Motors 1. Once you select your motors, you're going to back out, select the app. So you're going to select the app, Freehoist Motors. Once you select it, you should see all your motors. If they're on, they will pop up. Number 10 is what we've been working with. This is why you see number 10. Once I tap it, I have total control over the motor. Once I can make it go up or down, either way. And then deselecting it. So once I deselect the motor is no more operative. If the other motors that we had were on, I can select any motor that I want and then control them at the same time, or I can select all at one time and do it. Also, you can set up groups. You can set up group 1, 1, 2, group 2, 3, 4, and so on and so on. So you're able to group all your motors if you want to do it in that same pattern. You're able to change your password on your modem, and also the password for the motors. What we have, our modem is here, and we have our special password for the motors that we had to change. Please make sure you take a photo of it once you're done, because if you lose it, you'll have to reset the entire thing, which takes a lot of time. But once you have set this up, no one else can enter your router or control your motors. Your motors will only be looking for your router with the password, which is in either on your phone or your iPad.